I'm Dane. He's a Dane.
I am the Dane.
We're here. We're doing it Dane style. Scratch that. Cut
it. We need to get used to this. This is like
yeah. We kind of ease into it. All right. So where were we? 2 weeks ago, Endymion TV had made a video about Alan Ritchson, the star of Reacher. And was making him out to be some kind of right-wing hero, anti-woke, kind of guy or whatever. And it's like, we looked into it and found his YouTube channel where he's just very explicitly, says woke is like the word, is like a coward's word and all this stuff. He's like, got some strong language for that.
The word woke. I hate the word woke. I think it is, for good reason, an absolutely egregious abuse of the gift of language. I think we should be vilifying the use of this word. When we use language, we have an obligation and a responsibility to be so specific that people cannot mince our words, that people cannot misunderstand what we're getting at. But when we use a word like woke, it gives all the latitude to the hearer to fill in the blanks about what I'm actually saying. What is a woke? Is it a noun? When Ron DeSantis was recently reelected, the first thing he said was Florida is where woke goes to die. Whatever could you mean, Ron DeSantis? What could you actually be saying in your veiled contempt? Well, leave it to the hearer to fill in the blank. The word woke has come to be a substitute for whatever we hate the most, whatever we despise the most, whatever we vilify, whatever we want to rally around, whatever our monster is, that is the woke. How can woke go to die? Well, we don't want to say it because it's gross to say. I would like gay people to go die in Florida. We will wipe them out. Or transgendered people will get wiped out in Florida. Blacks, we're going to wipe them out in Florida. See, we can't say that, so we substitute it with an abusive word like woke that allows you to do the heavy lifting. What a cowardly thing to do.
And he's also like a very devout evangelical Christian, which is like a weird thing to hear somebody actually speak for social justice so powerfully and stuff, and then also be like, I'm also a Christian to that degree. You don't really see it. Well, so Bob and I had said then that all it would take is for one of his videos, Alan Ritchson's videos that he does all the time, to go viral, and it would expose Endymion's lie on a pretty, big level. Endymion is being so fucking dishonest as to, pervert his, him and try to take his image and present it as something that is actually in favor of all the stuff that, he's clearly not for any of it. You can't deny the fact that this guy is everything that, you guys that are trying to make him into whatever, he's not that. He's not that. And it's dishonest and kind of disgusting that you would even try to contort him into that. And it should tell you everything about the legitimacy of your views and your ideology, that's the best you can do as far as getting some famous person, successful guy to represent your ideology, is that you have to basically lie and distort facts and reality in order to fit them in that box. And then all it's going to take is one post or something that he does that's going to fucking go viral or whatever, and then it's all gone.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't his video, but I think he wrote an article in a Hollywood Reporter or something.
Okay.
And that has caused some stuff, because he basically, the gist of the thing that pissed off the Chuds was, in his article, he said, cops get away with murder all the time, was a statement of one of the things he said.
Okay, nice.
And so from the National Fraternal Order of Police, which is kind of a big deal, there's in the US, the unions aren't really a thing, except for in a couple of industries, and that's Hollywood and the police. Things like that. The police have a real strong union. The Fraternal Order of Police is kind of honestly, it's part of this toxic fucking police culture that we have here that, you can see it just in the way they responded to him. They said, while Mr. Ritchson gets his face and forehead powdered on set, our officers are out doing a job he doesn't have the courage to do. While he gets to hear loud pops and have blanks fired at him, our officers feel the heat of the bullets as they pierce their skin. It's fucking just so gross romanticizing shit in this way. There are no take twos or take threes in real life, Mr. Ritchson. We have people who want to kill us, and we play for keeps. Just another useless Hollywood actor, virtue signaling for attention at the expense of brave police officers around this country. Go back to your pampered life and let the heroes handle this.
Yeah, this is such fucking romanticization of it.
And this is like a respected organization. This isn't just some fucking random person. This is like a respected organization. It's supposed to be, as far as, civil society goes.
Yeah.
And he fucking responded to that in the most base possible way. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I would recommend reading it if you get a chance to find his Instagram post. Let's see. I'll just read the first part here. He says, this kind of emotionally immature response is the epitome of what concerns me about law enforcement today. If this is how leadership handles a peaceful disagreement, what does life look like for the unseen interactions in the street? How does this shape the character of those police officers looking to management? Do you really want individuals so easily angered who bully like school children to have a gun and a protection of an untouchable union? I don't. Yeah, and it's the unions, by the way. Is like he says, the unions are largely responsible for keeping cops protected from any kind of accountability for the shit that they do all the time. I don't know if you ever looked at the stats of police here in the US, dude, but it's troubling.
It just seems incredibly hard to get to get them to take responsibility, to just in general get cops to take any kind of responsibility.
There was recently some cops that got busted and actually are going to be going to prison for a while for they basically just extrajudicial use their police abilities to torture a guy, broke into his house and it's just so fucked up. They had him locked up in his apartment for 16 hours or some shit and tortured him. He wasn't actually arrested. And they are actually getting in trouble for it. And that's just incredibly rare, even though that there's similar things that happen all the time.
Yeah, it's very frequent that shit like this happens, but it's very rare that they get punished for it. And I feel like it's because we live in a day where most people have some kind of way to record, right? But even so, you just think about how many instances don't get recorded, don't come out into public. How many people are just alone with no one else around, and then they get harassed by cops or some shit, or even worse.
I mean, that's the only reason that things are it's on such a hot topic these days. Even though this stuff has been going on for a long, long time, it's just now everybody has a cell phone, so it's much easier to end up on the internet. Yeah. And even still, obviously,
even then, it takes a lot for it to for any justice to actually come.
Like the dude that killed George Floyd,
exactly.
It was actually a question he might actually go free. You know what I mean? I was kind of expecting him to.
I don't think he would have been charged if it hadn't been such a big deal.
Right.
If there hadn't been a whole movement that came out of it, even though it was recorded, it could have had a little bit of steam on the internet. I don't think anything would have happened, but there was whole riots about it and protests and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I mean, he talks about in this, the cop questioned his bravery or whatever, and said cops. He's says that standing up to impossibly large institutions takes courage. I've never been a fan of blind allegiance, which is dangerous and fertile ground for fascism, a political persuasion I'm averse to. I just think this dude's fucking awesome.
It seems space as fuck.
Every time he speaks out, I'm just like, fuck yeah, man. And this has got Chuds reeling. Of course, they're now saying he, I saw Yellow Flash had a video. It was he's gone insane, and he's hating his fans or whatever. And it's dude, he's not gone insane. He's not saying anything out of line that he's been from what he's been saying on his content for several years now.
Yeah,
you just
Once again, the list of their celebrities who like them and give them praise grows smaller by the day, and it was never there to begin with most of these.
Yeah, I mean,
that list is very fucking small.
All their celebrities are people that are washed up and don't, of course they'll blame it on because they're Republicans. They don't. That's why they aren't popular anymore, or whatever. But
yeah, sure.
You know who Rob Snyder is?
Yes.
So he he's one of these guys that's been railing against cancel culture a lot for a while. And he's so fucking unfunny, dude. But like, he apparently was asked to do some GOP kind of dinner benefit or something like that recently. And he went in there thinking, well, these people, this is a GOP. They hired me to do a stand-up, so they clearly want the racist jokes. And he got up there and started telling, I don't know what exactly he said or anything, but he was telling some racist jokes, I guess.
Nice.
And they basically kicked him off the stage and kicked him out. And this is like GOP, right? Republicans that were just like uncomfortable with it.
Like racists.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's like, I mean, look, man, we're not supposed to make us remind us we're racist whenever we're eating, you know? Yeah. Honestly, Eddie Mignon, dude, this is so fucking egregious and stupid and just like bad faith and just gross and dishonest. Politics aside, religion aside, he's a good person and he's worked his ass off and come through some adversity to get to where he's at. And come through adversity that you would probably, you know, make fun of in some other context, you know what I mean? Or you would dismiss as not mattering or whatever. I'm going to say this. You should delete your channel, dude.
Amen.
Like, you know, I've like, just delete your channel. There's no fucking, you know, there's like no recourse for this. Like, it's the only honest thing that you could possibly do in response to this. You could apologize. You could delete the video. Sure, that would actually fucking, you know, you can make it private or whatever, or make another, do a stream or a video where you go over all the ways that you lied about everything in this video, right? You could do that. That would be acceptable. But really, if you want to do the, you know, any kind of like karmic justice back into the fucking world for the damage that you're causing with this kind of shit, you should just delete your fucking channel.
Do us all a favor.
That's it.